Prepare yourself, guys. This is Chris Fagan with Talking Through the Medias, and I'm going to review The Lovebirds on Netflix. This film was starring Issa Rae and Kamal Nanjiani, and it was directed by Michael Showalter. Nanjiani and Showalter were also the director and actor duo for The Big Sick. And I gotta say that this was a more physical comedy, sketchy comedy, more than The Big Sick, but it was a worthy follow up to that type of a movie. If you are a fan of Kamal's work in that movie and the direction that that movie took, you will be a fan of this one as well. It was very much in the same vein of it, even though this was a more bizarre type of a movie where a couple that's on the verge of breaking up find themselves in a weird situation where they're now involved in a murder mystery. And this couple decides to run away from a crime scene because they're afraid of being judged and misrepresented and accused of a crime that they didn't commit. So they decide to just solve the mystery themselves. It's a very weird, unlikely kind of a situation, but due to the fact that this is a comedy and we need to have a movie here, this was a funny dynamic between a very diverse cast with Issa and Kamal, and it was believable. It was heartfelt. The romance that was taken in the beginning of the movie, and how it starts to fade out throughout, and then they try to rekindle and find the love again in this weird series of events, was very entertaining. I enjoyed it a lot. Now, I'm a weird person, so I'm overthinking a lot of things as I'm watching this movie. As this mystery starts to unfold, my brain starts to overload and overthink. I'm thinking about the things that happen in The Big Sick, and as a fan of Kamal Nanjiani's style of comedy, his awkwardness, and I start to play these what-if scenarios in my brain, which kind of spoiled the movie for myself, because a few of the scenarios that I laid out for myself, or what if this is really happening, what if that is really happening, it tend to actually happen, and it presented itself in the end. Based on the style that Showalter and Nanjiani provided us in The Big Sick, I was able to kind of deduce and predict what was likely to happen in the end of this movie based on what was happening to this couple in this weird situation that was around them. I wouldn't mind seeing another movie done by this team. Sort of like in the same vein of a Kevin Smith with Clerks, Mallrats, and Chasing Amy. Is it better than The Lovesick? A lot of people were going to say yes. A lot of people are going to say no if you've seen both movies. It's hard to compare. Very similar style. You can tell that these movies were made by the same people, directed by the same man, and you can see that in a lot of the things that happen throughout both films. But these are totally two different styles. This is the type of like a romance movie, a date movie that you can just laugh out loud, crazy scenarios, the awkwardness of the two couples who bicker and fight and can't get along, and they know they're both on the same team, they know they love each other, but they're being their own worst enemy to their own relationship and kind of sabotaging it for no reason. They don't even know why they're doing it, but it makes it that much funnier, and in the end they really will realize why they do it. It's because they love each other, and it was a very good message and a good reflection on it. You could be doing the same thing in your relationship and you don't even know it. It's about taking things for granted when the magic fades and rekindling that spark and that fire and seeing that, what, that's not such a big deal. Maybe you don't have to go through a bizarre murder mystery to get that magic back, but maybe you do. One of the last things I really did appreciate about this movie that stood out was the diversity of the cast. You have people from all walks of life, all types of backgrounds, all types of characters, strange, funny, young and old, that came together to put this film together in this funny cast of actors, and it really, really worked. I really appreciated it, and it was hilarious. It's a good time when you click on it and watch it on Netflix. It will laugh out loud. You'll enjoy it. Watch it with you can watch it with the family. It's not you can watch it with younger adults and people of all ages and above. So it's not really for kids or anything like that, but like teenagers and up will get a kick out of this movie and will enjoy themselves. So I recommend it. It's high as up there. It's really high up there in my rankings. Is it better than The Big Sick? I will say it's probably a tad lesser than the Big Sick, only because the Big Sick hit a little harder because it was based on a true story. So it was more of an emotional connection with me. But as far as funnier, I would probably say this was funnier because it just had all kinds of crazy scenarios. It just made you burst out laughing, and it's just an enjoyable movie. So go ahead, go check it out. It's gonna be on Netflix on the 22nd. Hope you like it. Hope you like my review. If you did, hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think, and we can talk about this on We Got Your Mail. And until next time, guys. Hey, peace.
Yes, you have to just throw physics and everything out of the window, and yeah, you definitely have to turn the brain off. It's like what this guy said earlier. He said it pretty much felt like a Michael Bay movie, but a little bit better than a Michael Bay movie.
Shots fired.
Exactly.
I'm gonna reach over all this.